Belinda Smith is the Chief Executive Officer of specialist insurance and technical training company, Rapid Solutions. Belinda is an experienced business professional with a 20-year career in the insurance, construction, education and not-for-profit sectors. She matches this with a strong commitment to her community and is currently the chair of the charity Got Your Back Sister and supports many other local charities. Since joining Rapid Solutions in 2017, Belinda has driven the development of a new strategic plan that is further positioning the company as a leader in its field while growing market share in the pest management and building inspection sectors. Welcome, Belinda. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'm really grateful to be here. Thanks, Holly.
To begin, could you tell us a little bit about what you think makes a good leader?
It's a question that I think about a lot, and I've done a lot of reading, a lot of study over the years through my MBA, read all of the books, I feel, or at least a good chunk of them. And somebody recently gave me some really solid advice, 3 core principles to live by, and I'm really using them on my leadership journey at the moment with Rapid. And that is, firstly, to treat people with respect, always. Secondly, is to give and receive feedback. And thirdly is to always do what you say you're going to do. And they're really simple, but when I think about all of the learning that I've done, all of the experiences that I've had, I really can distill all of that experience and learning down to those 3 core principles. And in stepping into a new role 12 months ago at Rapid, I really took that in with me so that it's really easy to hold myself accountable to that and really easy to share those accountabilities with my team as well.
What do you believe has shaped your leadership style?
I think making lots and lots of mistakes. In terms of my current style, I think I've tried every style. My first leadership role, I was quite young, I was in my early 20s, and like a lot of people, really thrown into a management position before I was ready, had some good administration skills, but really didn't have any experience, even life experience, to back that up. So I think what I've been really good at doing is learning from my mistakes, learning from other people. I've taken on been really fortunate to have a couple of really good mentors, both formally and informally, over the past 15 or 20 years. And I've just always been really curious about what's the best style, how do I know if the style's working for me? And ultimately, of course, it's what comes naturally. And really what's coming naturally to me is just treating people with kindness and compassion, and that experience and reflecting on when that's worked for me and when that hasn't worked for me, that's really shaped my current leadership style.
Belinda, what motivates and drives you?
The motivators for me, even as a kid, was really around making things better, doing things better. And as I've grown in my leadership roles, that's really been about helping people to grow, to either be the best person they can or to make our business or our project or whatever it is we're working on together to make that better. So working with, whether it's in volunteer roles, so with Got Your Back Sister, which is an organisation I'm really privileged to be the chair of, supporting our CEO and founder Melissa Histon in growing that grassroots charity and seeing that blossom and thrive and supporting Mel on that journey, that's what really motivates and drives me. And the same with my team at Rapid Solutions. I've been in that role for 12 months now, just over, and what I've really focused on is taking a group of people, bringing them together and really helping them to play to their strengths, to ensure they have the moral support that they need to be the very best they can in their roles. And I think that drive from a leader to actually just really take seriously their responsibility to help people be the best they can and to send them home from work feeling like they've made a difference, feeling like they matter, and feeling like what they do is ultimately helping to make them a better person, not just a better employee. So that really is the thing that gets me out of bed every day. Works for my kids, I hope it works for my friends, and I certainly hope that it's adding value in my leadership roles.
What is one action or task you ensure you incorporate into your diary each week?
I'd have to say that it's reflection on the week, particularly the successes of the week and what I'm going to do in the coming week. So what I found has really assisted me in doing that is I have the NFP Connect planner that Grace McLean has put out, and I've been using that for a couple of years now, and being able to see my week at a glance, look back on last week, what did I want to achieve, how close did I come to actually achieving that, because sometimes, like all of us, we set goals and then we don't touch them because we just get busy doing the doing. So being able to capture in the planner my 90-day quarter and what I want to achieve, both personally as well as professionally, and then each week, what I've done, who I need to connect with to support that, and how I can give myself the best shot at actually looking back on a week and saying, yeah, you know what, I nailed 1 out of 3 things. I'm pretty happy with that.
And to finish today, what local business person do you find inspiring?
Well, there's no way I could pick one. I think in the Hunter we're so lucky to have so many great business leaders, both of our corporates and as well as our local businesses. But in thinking about that question, I started writing a list that I intended to cull and try to come up with one person, and I honestly couldn't. But the similarity that I saw in these individuals is most of them are small business owners, or medium business owners, and they really are people who I would call page rattlers, which I like to do a little of myself. But they're people that are taking a different approach in business. They're finding a gap. They're not trying to duplicate what's already out there in the market, and they're doing things a little differently and really adding value. And Hunter Headline would be one of those, absolutely. Viv Allenson at Maroba Aged Care is making a phenomenal difference locally as well as nationally. Melissa Histon from Got Your Back Sister, working on programs and services that there are gaps for in supporting people who've experienced domestic violence. Teddy Mack and the Naked Florist in the Mall, 2 great young girls that are doing something really different. People talk about Gen Y and all of these stereotypes, but they're 2 great girls just really having a red hot go. Meg Purser from Purser Corporate Communications, who is a great connector, and I've taken so many crazy ideas to her, and she'll tell me which ones are actually literally crazy, but also help connect and support me to do things that are different, whether it's at Rapid Solutions, whether it's through Got Your Back Sister or some of the other charities and organisations that I've been involved in. So I feel really fortunate to have this network and access to these people who are really kind and compassionate, as well as really good business people. And I'd also count in that mix Tony Rhodes, my previous CEO at Mullane's, which is, again, a great local business that really flies under the radar probably in terms of visibility in our broader business market, but is one of the kindest, most compassionate and innovative leaders that I've had the pleasure of working with. So it would literally be a whole page in my NFP Connect planner. But yeah, I just feel really fortunate to be surrounded in the Hunter, as many of us are, with so many great business leaders.
What a great answer. Thank you so much for your time today, Belinda.
Thank you.